It's not actually my first YouTube live stream, my friends. It's actually my first one in a long time. But today is Monday morning, so we're going to get a little bit of conversation in here. We're not going to be on YouTube for very long, my friends. I stream predominantly on Twitch, and it is a pleasure to see all of you. Thank you guys so much. It is a pleasure to have you. I'm going to wait a few minutes, let everyone come in, and then we're going to talk a little bit about marketing. We're going to talk a little bit about just general conversation. I know over on my Twitch stream right now, we have been having a discussion about options for marketing and things that people are doing that are effectively working uh, for optimizing their results and getting them consistent sales and consistent um, efforts. And so that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I am confident my mod over on Twitch will fill all the wonderful raiders that just came in on Twitch in on the current live stream. It is a pleasure to have everybody here. And I am grateful. We are only going to be here on YouTube for about 30 minutes. Not very long, I realize, but it is a wonderful thing to have an option to do. This will probably happen every Monday going forward, so it would be a pleasure to see everyone as they come in. And for all of those over on Twitch, thank you very much. You are wonderful. It is a pleasure to see you. Now, if you do happen to visit me on Twitch, I am still the Lady Writes over there. And we stream Monday through Friday, most days at 6 a.m. Eastern, sometimes 6 a.m. Central, depends on the day and the situation. And we stream for about 2 to 3 hours daily. We write, we do sprints, we talk marketing, we talk about covers, we design, we play Stream Raiders, and we have a good time. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I am grateful for all the company and support that we have there. And for all of you wonderful people coming in here on YouTube, if you have not seen me before, I am Katrina Taylor and the Lady Writes. I have been writing and publishing for more than 10 years. I have around 50 books out. I have begun a series of writing and workshops at our local library, and just really all around endeavor to support our community as a whole. Feel free to jump in. Today, we're just going to talk a little bit about the daily things that you should be looking at if you're seriously marketing your books. Some of the things that you can do that you don't have to be too active in, but can set up so that it's actively working for you. We're talking about content today. And in this case, the content that you can create from uh, just from creating your books. So if you're on social media, in this case, it is the first place we're going to visit. First thought we're going to visit, if you will. If you're on social media, you're going to look at drawing lines from your book that you really like, something engaging. One of my favorites was something like one of my favorite authors, Aldria Hurt, uses a line for one of her books. It says um, something like, "Mom They killed me to start the apocalypse, and I can you come pick me up, or can you come get me? I want to go home. Something along those lines. And that's for one of her YA post apocalyptic theory, coming of age stories. I think it's a coming of age. Uh, it's really really good. It's an attention getting line that draws you to at least pause when you're scrolling. So, as we're talking about social media, specifically in this case, you are able to adjust and adapt by scheduling what you're creating. So you go over, you find a great piece of art on uh, Pixabay or one of the other public domain websites. Put your tagline or the line from your book. If you are having troubles, refresh your page. If you're having any issues with what we're talking about, sorry, I just had some of my chat. I will respond to some of my people on Twitch. So while we're doing this, so please forgive me. If I seem distracted, I'm a little bit. In the meantime, very simply, you just want to schedule your posts. So Twitter, Facebook, and most platforms will allow you to schedule ahead of time. So you can create it all in a batch, do 10 or 15 in like 10 or 15 minutes. You just grab your favorite line or favorite 3 lines and rotate that on different images and schedule those. The great thing is when you're looking at the larger platforms, when you're looking at a larger platform like a Facebook, where you can create essentially a blog post. You can create a short blog post, put your image on there that you're going to put an image on. So instead, in that case, you can share the scene your favorite line comes from. Maybe end on your favorite line and put that in your image that you're already going to be sharing elsewhere, and schedule that. So those are a couple of the strategies, but the most important strategy when it comes to social media is making sure you're on the right social media. We all want our books read by everybody. Everybody wants your book read by every person on earth. Wouldn't it be glorious if 8 billion people bought your book and read it? Realistically, the best chance you have of getting your book found is by targeting the right people who are going to be inclined to read it, and then doing so repeatedly, which is where social media becomes an asset. When you have your keywords down, you have a good cover, you have your description built appropriately, people are going to find it in search terms, and that's going to be fabulous. And when you use those same principles and you apply it to your social media posts, you're going to broaden your reach. And then you take those exact same principles that you use to build your book cover and your description together so they work and make sense to sell your book on your website, in your newsletter, and beyond. You are cultivating a team of platforms working toward your goals. And you're doing so in the same way that you're already going to be selling your books on the platform. If you're focused on Amazon, Amazon's a search engine. If you're looking at the other bookstores, that you need the same search terms, because that's how people are finding your book on these other platforms. They're more bookstore and less search engine, but they are still effective tools. Hello, Duchess. It is a pleasure to have you in stream. We are also discussing things over on YouTube. Feel free to uh, just kind of be aware. And if you're going to jump in on Stream Readers, I can't remember whether you do or not, but if you do, feel free. And what I'm just saying, for our YouTube friends, because I'm a live streamer, I'm not very good at this whole video thing. I've tried on and off for years. It's not my thing. But what we are going to do, my friends, is we're going to find ways of building tools and resources. So as I'm sitting here talking, I want you to remember that everything you've already done for your book to get it ready to publish is what you're going to need to create all of your content going forward. One of the biggest things that authors fail to do is create enough content. In order to get somebody to buy, traditionally speaking, you need to have your book in front of their face multiple times. And that thing is, if your book is coming up on a search multiple times in multiple ways because you've optimized your search effectively, you're still doing the get the book in front of somebody multiple times. If you're pricing your book lower, you don't need as many uh, contact points as you would if you price your book at $30 or $50. So these are all things to keep in mind. Um, if you are price pointing all of your books at 99 cents or free, you're going to only probably need to get in front of a person one or two times to get them to buy if they're your target audience. And that's the importance of knowing where your audience is, whether you're looking at them online or you're looking at them on the store. There are certain things that are going to be better for certain audiences. For example, series books are very, very popular in certain genre. This is all part of your marketing, whether you realize it or not. Uh, yeah. So my point is simply take the same principles you use to build your stuff for your publishing. Find your favorite lines from your favorite books that you've written or your newest releases. Create images or videos around those images and posts and schedule them ahead of time. So create them in batches. Sit down on a Monday or a Sunday and create all the content you're going to schedule for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Remember, you can reuse that content. So if you create 10 videos and 10 images, for example, and you schedule them out on whatever social media platforms you're going to use for the next 2 weeks, and then you create 10 more the next week of each, you now have 20 pieces of content that you can schedule out. So this increases your touch points. You're not having to double the work, you're just doubling the scheduling. You're not having to double the effort, you're just doubling the scheduling, which means now you have more variety to share with your readers, more ways to connect with them, more ways to communicate your book is available. I always recommend scheduling because the truth is, the only thing that we really want to be doing while we're writing is writing. We want to be on our fiction, we want to be in our nonfiction. We want to be dedicated to what we're doing. We want to be dedicated to creating and to generating the results that we are looking for. We want to know that what we are doing is beneficial to our end goals. And the greatest thing that brings us creative joy is creating. And having that in mind allows us to optimize our approach to marketing, and scheduling is one of those tools. If you are a live streamer, you've got tools like StreamYard or Stream Elements and Stream Labs that will connect to your YouTube, to Twitch, and to Facebook and other platforms. And it will allow you to broaden your options. However, as far as timers and notifications and such go. However, you want to have those again scheduled ahead of time. You need to just maximize your time and efforts so that you can write more. Don't remember not to spread yourself thin. Your readers are not going to be on every platform. If you are writing a young adult romance, you probably want to be on TikTok more than you want to be on Facebook. YouTube tends to be your happy medium. Here on YouTube, you're going to find people from all over the place looking for what they want to look for. That's the benefit of YouTube. It's really appealed to a broad audience from those who are uh, exceptionally young and those who are exceptionally old as far as the spectrum of creative content goes. People are blessed with the ability to be able to come on here and get any information and knowledge that they want. If you are focused on where your audience is and you are staying in front of them on a regular basis, you're ever present in mind. And that doesn't mean that you have to be live every day. That doesn't mean that you have to read a story or give everything away for free. It just means making them aware you are still there. And that's why batch creation, scheduling on your favorite platforms where your readers are. Goodreads is another one most authors should be on because your readers are there. You're going to hit your target audience in the best way possible. Would it hurt to expand and share your content on other platforms? Absolutely not. But you don't want to spread yourself too thin. Whatever you do, that needs to be your biggest goal, is to not spread yourself thin. And I think that's my rambling message for the morning. For those of you who do who check the replay or engage in the chat here on YouTube, I would love to see what you're working on, to know what books you're writing and what you got out. Please feel free to drop your author profile or your website, one or the other, please. I don't want to see this, so we get the whole list of books instead of one or two individuals. So please do that here in the comments. It would be great to see them and perhaps even craft a post that I would be able to share on my social media for you. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble today. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in our next Marketing Monday. Love you guys.